what is the next action steps? I mean, I think a lot of cosmonauts are a bit confused on Cosmos Twitter. Every day there's a new thing floating around. So what would be a recommendation for cosmonauts to get ready? Because I think when is actually the date when the proposal will go on chain? Maybe you can talk a little bit about Atom 2.0 timeline, and then also Jay on the Atom 1 timeline and when we'll see on chain.
Yeah, I mean, again, my point of view is, so we just put out a new revision of the white paper just like 30 seconds ago. Just went live on the forums.
Can you send me the link, or which link?
Yeah, I can send you the link. Yeah, and so, you know, we continue to update the white paper and the charter addressing concerns, and like continuing, like, again, like we and I'm like there are aspects of the budding bonding idea that I'm like really, that Jay has contributed, that I'm like honestly intellectually interested in exploring. Like, you know, Pupmos has also been pushing the budding idea in a really articulate way on a number of the forums. And, you know, ultimately, like, you know, one of the, like, what we're talking about are signaling proposals from the point of view of the white paper, hub white paper proposal, right? We're talking about signaling proposals. We're talking about an endorsement by the current set of Atom stakers about, you know, a belief in the arguments and visions and stuff like that are being evolved in the white paper. Decision will, and like whatever's in the white paper isn't like the final stage of anything, right? So, you know, no code has been written, no upgrades have been actually offered and voted on. Like, this is a signaling proposal about a direction. And so I believe we are still aiming for, you know, start having a signaling proposal on the 31st, but very interested in response to the updated draft of the white paper, and they hope that, you know, a lot of the concerns about issuance, I think we argue much better in the revision about like the unsustainability of the current inflationary model, but like we are also not proposing in the new version, like as you know, it looks a lot more like, I mean, like in many ways it looks a lot more like Atom, right? It's like, hey, like Jay is like saying, okay, we can inflate the treasury for a purpose. We're like, okay, inflate the treasury for a purpose. The purpose is allocator, treasurer, allocator, scheduler get built and deployed and fund, and like we can initially fund that. We can initially fund the councils. That's the purpose. All the other stuff is a proposal and a direction, and we're asking for signaling, and we would like to know whether or not the community buys our arguments about, you know, that the fact that the Atom inflationary model is not purely economically sustainable in its current form, given the realities of the blockchain industry, which are all of our points. But, you know, this is like, I don't know. I don't think these things are as far apart as like, you know, the Twitter community thinks, and like really excited about Jay's like ongoing contributions to the hub.
So,
thank you, sir.
How far away do you think Atom 2.0's ideas and Atom 1's ideas are actually, as of now?
I mean, the only like real difference of opinion is like whether or not you think inflationary atoms are economically sustainable in the way that is currently working, is probably the biggest difference of opinion. And I basically, you know, I feel strongly, and Christy, my co-founder, also feels strongly, and like I believe the other Atom white paper, two white paper authors believe that like we really need, we should be worried about the sustainability of this model, and we should be planning for a future success of the Cosmos Hub, in a world where you know, the dynamics that have driven the success of Atom since the launch of IBC are not sustainable.
Well, thank you, Zaki. So I think the community should take a look at both, and so you know, I think the Atom 1 is kind of really coming together in the past few days, and I think we're near a final form. So I think it's a good time this week to finalize you know, any issues that we might find, and then I would say just before the 31st sometime. I think it should be proposed on the hub as a constitution, either as a signaling one. It could be a signaling one, but what does that mean? You know, I mean, I think everything should be actionable in some sense if it's being proposed on the hub. So maybe, well, we'll see what that means exactly. But by putting it up there, we'll have a chance to discuss, you know, what it means to have Atom 1 and Atom 2. What I'd love to see is Atom 1 made to be able to support everything about Atom 2, either as, you know, the components of Atom 2 as ICS 1, 2A, or 2B zones, right? Or Atom 2 itself being a new hub through ICS 2B. Either way, there's like a variety of ways to approach this. And I'd love to see permissionless experiments for, you know, these allocators and schedulers and whatnot, right? I think these are all great ideas. I just want to make sure that the Cosmos Hub focuses on its core mission to stay minimal and still enable all these experiments. I think the photon token, as defined now, finally, creates a strong story for why it will help the Cosmos Hub succeed, and will create basically a blossoming, you know, field of new zones and hubs, and I think it presents a strong counter proposal to the previous Atom 2 proposals. So we'll see how the voting goes.
Yeah.